I was discussing the 8th house in my previous video. When the Venus is here in the 8th house, this house is the house of in-depth knowledge, in-depth certain happenings, certain transformations. So Venus is present here, that might give the person certain transformation in the relationship of husband and wife, or certain transformation in the love affairs, because this is the house of certain happenings in the life. So it could happen like this way. If they have a if a boy and girl are in love with each other, and it's been for a couple of years now, and then suddenly something happened that girl said, oh well, I can't marry you, I have to marry some other boy, my dad told me. Then certain happens, that's it, he has to leave the girl. So that's a suffering which came from this house, 8th house, because of the Venus placement. But it could be in a good way also. Somebody is not finding a girl. Imagine somebody is not finding a girl, right girl for him, and then right dasha came in, and this house also got activated for some reasons due to dasha or transit, and the Venus is sitting here, and due to that activation, the and the nature of the sudden transformation of the 8th house can actually give a good wife to the person. It could happen that way too. So it's always unpredictable, this house. You cannot 100% predict the 8th house. It's called a very um, deep house, very Razdar house, you can say, very suspicious house. Let's move on to 9th house. 9th house is the house of karma, religious karma, long journeys. Your higher education like doctorate, doctor, master's degrees are seen from the 9th house. Now I'm going to put up the point of the 5th house here. As I told you before, if the person is creative, when the Venus is in the 5th house, the person is creative and wants to adopt those qualities in the education also, then he or she might take that thing into the higher education, and from the higher education it can get transformed into the profession. Imagine here, if the Venus is here, if this Venus and the 5th house has a combination in any way, in D1, D9, or D10, D24, you have to check those all charts: D1, D9, D24, and D10. D1 for general, D9 for inside power, D24 for education purpose, that what kind of education and how strong education will be, and D10 what will be the success after education. So if you see any relationship between the study and the 10th house, that means this person is gonna do the same business whatever he studied. So this also works for you, because you might have seen the people who is an MBBS doctor, and the person is working in a liquor store. So that's not funny, but it's all about stars that indicate that what kind of work you're gonna do. All right. So Venus in the 10th house also give the person a good hand in expressing themselves through art and literature and all that cinematic things. In the Venus is here, it also gives the perfection in the work. If it has a good combination with Jupiter and Sun, then it can give a good doctor in a life-saving medicine also. Say here, if it is present in the 4th sign, that is the sign of Cancer, that this person will be more probably a doctor, a healer, because 4th sign, the Cancer sign, is sign of healing sign. So Venus present here will become a life-saving medicine for healing the people. So this person should be a doctor or a nurse. Venus in the 11th house. 11th house Venus means this person wants to or will get his or her wishes fulfilled or dream fulfilled through perfect through the perfection in the work, or by doing all those creativity artwork in her or his business or job. So whenever that person will be doing art and creative work, his wishes will be fulfilled. His income is always coming from the Venus side, that is the feminine planet. So that person should deal in the feminine products, should deal in the feminine industry to get more profits and benefits. But again, you have to watch for the placement of the Venus in the birth chart, that which house it rules in the birth chart, and that house represents what thing, and you have to implement in that way. Now in this case, as I told you, that Venus was the Lagna Lord, because the 7 number sign is the Venus sign. For an instance, if I say the 7 number sign is the Venus sign and the Venus is sitting in the 11th house, that means this person will be earning a good money through selling the feminine products, or itself representing as a feminine product ambassador or that kind of thing, will gain the more money. So see how to do a prediction. And when Venus moved on to the 12th house, 12th house is the house of your death, your last journey, moksha, police, hospital, everything from this house. Again, this house can be related to the 10th house, then the person can be a doctor again, because this 12th house is the house of doctor. Or this person can work for police as a doctor, because this is also house of jail. He could be a doctor in a jail, or doctor in an army jail, anywhere. And this person, if it is a good placed here, will travel long away from the house, too far, and might settle down there too in this case, because here the Lagna Lord is 7th Venus and is sitting in the 12th position from itself. And when any native Lord goes into the 12th position from itself, the person is said to be settled in the foreign country. Because in this case, let me write it down again. This is a 7th Venus. Okay, now if this Venus is sitting in the 12th house, that means in this house at the 12th position, the chances of settling down abroad will be 99%. Okay, so that's how you judge the foreign settlement of the people. So this was about the Venus in the 12 houses. Next video will be about Mars. Okay, so keep watching it.